to Facebook, everything today. They just have been blocking me, blocking me, blocking me. You understand? So I decided to come down here to the conference room to see if it was, if I could, come down here on, the conference Wi-Fi, not my IP network up there, and see if it would work. And so it went through. So peace, y'all. It's a lot going on. You and her know for Stan. This live was actually going to be for YouTube, but I'll do it here. And I'll just post it up there. But I wanted to pick up with something because tribe, it's a lot of cosmic energy out here and stuff. We've been talking about it in the spiritual group. Some of us been seeing like fleets of ships and different like cosmic things in the air. If you go and you look on my page, you hear about all the people in Florida talking about all of the cosmic activity and stuff like that. And I think yesterday I came on and I spoke on No King's Day. And I was like, that was an exercise in futility. I'm like, that's an exercise in futility. Them people needed to, you know what I'm saying, use that energy to manifest and not get out there and protest. So today, yeah, they've been shadow banning me. I stay shadow banned. Reflection. Don't feel no type of way. That's just the way it roll on my page. So you have to like hit that notification bell. So what they do is they'll turn off the notification bell. So go to my page and hit that little, I think it's a little thing that you could click on 3 dots or something, and it'll say activate your notifications again. And sometimes I just try to send inboxes to people to let them know I'm on here. But anyway, so I came on here today, and it was a couple of things I wanted to talk about. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was the viral post that's going around of, and I don't know if it's AI or not, but it's got the young brothers, and it looked like they 5 or 6 of them or whatever. And they got a post, and it says something to the effect of "United we stand," right? Which is deep, okay? Because if it is 5 brothers, it's deep, symbolic, you understand? And it's AI is still symbolic because it's the 5 brothers, the 5 stars, the 5 angles of the 5 star. Like, you really got to know about 9 ether and what we are in different symbolisms. But this is going somewhere, because on that post or whatever, it was what they are trying to say, it was a patriotic post or whatever that the guys posted, "United we stand," in Chicago or whatever, they being attacked. Well, Homeland Security, did y'all hear about that? Replied to them boys and said, "We coming for y'all, you cowards." Called them some cowards. Somebody got to know what coward mean, okay? You got to go back and you got to look at that bloodline, all right? Because the cowards were anything but that. Honestly, the coward bloodline is the bloodline, the melanin bloodline that they stole the 5 star from. And then they made that word coward, understand, and tied it to cowrie beads, and understand, because it was sold, and understand. And that's how the word coward came into it. So if you really know what you fucking is, then you know what you know, and you know them bloodlines in Chicago, and yeah. Coward go with cowrie beads, riches, greetings. So you understand what's funny to me, but not funny, is that I already had put out the signal that that was what it was all about, that it didn't have nothing to do with illegal immigrants. It didn't have nothing to do with crime. It had to do with Homeland Security, which was always created for this time right now to come out here and fuck with melanated beings. All of these damn departments, all of these fucking alphabets, all of these bitches been monitoring us and waiting for now. You understand? Because what you got to enter and understand is the cosmic energy is rising. And soon it's going to get to a point, yo, where they're not going to be able to fucking run up on us. Like some of us right now, they can't fucking run up on. And this is realer than real, bitch. This is realer than real. If you on a certain etherical level, they can't just run up on you and do shit. And it's going to get that way soon for everybody. You enter and understand. So I'm going to tell you like this. Don't let a pussy bait and switch you into some shit until you can activate and get where you need to get. Because they want you to get upset. They want you to get out here. They want you to be fighting with them and everything like that, so you can't get your ascension and so you can't get your cosmic crown and so you can't do what you got to do on a higher plane. See, we are not man, so we ain't got to fight in man's battles. You understand? Motherfucker could type whatever they want to type. You enter and understand. But it's something higher than them. You got an authority that's higher than them. That's higher than man. And they know that. And that's why they call them cowards. The coward be the 5-star. The shit, our symbol that they always love to throw up, that ain't fucking theirs. That's a whole bloodline. You got to go back and look into that. So they was throwing codes there. So I just wanted to alert the tribe. I already alerted the tribe that the same bloodlines that's in Illinois and Chicago and them places, it's the same bloodlines that's in Haiti. You understand? It's the same bloodlines that's in the Caribbean. You understand? The same royal bloodlines of Osiris and all of them. The chaos gods. You enter and understand. You got to know what you are. And when you know what you are, then you enter and understand why you the target. Okay? It's okay. We always been the target. That don't mean a motherfucker can hit you with a dart, bitch. You enter and understand? We always done been the target of the bullshit. This is facts on facts. So what is some more bullshit? All that fucking marching all them people did. So I went and I looked into it because I knew, you enter and understand that it was some, you understand, government funded, psyop ass stuff. Hey y'all, I'm gonna wait. But when I went and looked into it, do y'all want to know what they said? This thing is funded by a company called Riot Inc. Have y'all ever heard of them? Riot Inc. All right. When I went and looked into it and asked ChatGPT, because shit, you could just ask ChatGPT, it's going to tell you what it is. It ain't even a real company. It says it's a political label or narrative pushed by the Government Accountability Institute, okay? And they saying it's a bunch of NGOs and dark money. That's key code for lizard race, okay? NGOs, dark money, and intermediaries, okay? Antifa, that don't exist, motherfucker. That's not real. The same way Al-Qaeda and all of that fucking bullshit. This is all the same people. They take their money. George Soros, okay? And some other people, Mark Zuckerberg, you understand? All these people taking and they funneling money. And they taking propaganda, you enter and understand, and they getting these people all riled up and stuff and all out in the street, and you ain't doing nothing but exactly what they fucking want you to do. If you taking all of your energy to manifest on some damn concrete out in the street, you can't stop them, bro. You ain't doing nothing but letting them harness power. And that's exactly what they doing. You enter and understand, and it's just crazy to me. You understand that all these millions and millions and millions of people showed up for them protests or whatever. But what is y'all really protesting? It seems to me Like y'all just want to reform a system that's already broken because you out there in the same system participating in it. In order to stop a system, you got to break, motherfucker. You can't do the same thing over and over. That's like, ain't that what they define insanity is? You do the same thing over and over expecting a different fucking result. When the fuck has marching ever stopped the bitch? What stopped? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Them wasted they goddamn time. Them motherfuckers was sitting up in their offices laughing like hell, harnessing fucking energy, harnessing fucking soul energy and shit on one of the biggest like we having some of the biggest cosmic ascension days that have ever happened in the last millennia. That's how serious it is right now. Them people was out there marching, yo, man. After I came off the live last night with y'all, I was sitting out on my porch. I promise y'all on everything I love. It was a fleet. It's a fleet of Star Family here, yo. It was a fleet out there. I ain't never seen nothing so amazing in all my life, okay? I couldn't even get it all on camera. Like, I got one of them on camera, but y'all, it was so many... Man, it was so many orbs here in Florida. Hey, love my Italian. What's up, y'all? Y'all, they was orbing. Okay, it was like little bright balls of fire light. You in there and understand? And it was like, yo, they was signaling me and they was communicating with me in a way that has never happened to me before. Enter and understand, I always have communicated with the Star Family. I always, since December, done been seeing my ships and stuff and waving to them and stuff, and they'll move smart. Okay, this is a fact. I've been channeling and all that type of stuff and talking to them that way. But this shit was different. Because when I say they was low, y'all, I mean like they was low like the cell phone towers, okay? And it was like these bright like balls of light, bro, and they would just turn on and start signaling, and then they'll just turn off and you couldn't see them no more. Just poof, disappear. It's on my page, like, y'all, I know it's a ship. I know it's ships here, bro, like a big ass mothership. And them shits was out there orbiting. And you know, ever since I saw all of that activity, you enter and understand, I noticed down here, yo, the last couple of days, them motherfuckers can't chemtrail. Ain't been no chemtrails or nothing out there, y'all. It's just been straight, you understand, like unopposed sky and shit be out there orbiting all times of the day now in Florida. Right here, Palm Beach County, Boynton fucking Beach, right here in Florida. And you got people all over Florida now talking about the orbs and everything like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, them people was out there protesting, and we having a whole dimensional split, bro. We able to see something else that other people can't see. We got literally more than 12 senses, some of us coming on live. Access to more than 12 dimensions right now. This is what I'm telling you. Because when I was seeing them things orbiting and stuff, I promise you it was planes flying through the same area where the vortex was at, y'all. And the planes was going past it. And the orbs was still there, motherfucker, orbiting. Like, y'all, they ain't got no time with the Star Family. I'm finna tell y'all straight up and down, don't even frown. These people ain't got no time with them, okay? No time. No, man, no time with the Star Family, bro. Listen, they through. That's some shit that ain't shit they gonna be able to do nothing with. Whenever they get ready to reveal themselves to everybody, because they already revealing themselves to some of us. You got a lot of people that's talking about it, but everybody can't see the ships because everybody ain't got the ships, and everybody ain't got more than at least to the 12th sense. You got to be past the 9th ether now. You got to be into some other stuff to be able to see some of the stuff that we seeing. But it's gonna make it to some. You understand? I think it's going to make it to all very soon. And so that's why I said exercise and futility, you protesting a system that's already fucking over. You need to be worried about the new system that coming in, and can you harmonize with that? These people is daemons in hell. They know they can't ascend. DJT said, I can't get out of basically that he know he ain't going to heaven. Heaven is the cosmos, bro. Heaven is the extra territories. Heaven is in your consciousness. You understand? It's the extra dimensional planes, bro. These people know they can't get there. So billionaires out here basically funding clones to get out there and walk on the highest ascension day damn near ever. And a lot of people missed out and didn't get to see the star family in the air and everything like that because their consciousness was too looped in a 3D fucking reality that don't even fucking exist. What else do we got happening? I talked about the cosmic visitor yesterday that's coming. So we got that getting ready to happen. We already being visited. You understand? So I don't know what they talking about, but they supposedly saying this is supposed to happen on the 21st. I'm telling you, last night, I saw something that was very amazing. So what else do we have, y'all? We got, did y'all hear about Russia and the tunnels? Did you hear about they finally getting on up off of it and saying that the U.S. and Russia want to build a tunnel system through the Bering Strait? Did y'all hear about that? Let me see if my camera flip. If my camera flip, I might can let y'all see it. Do y'all remember I told y'all, or we talked about, and I said we got tunnels, we got ancient tunnel systems that go all through the earth. Okay, they go all through the earth. We built those tunnel systems with the reptilians, okay? With the reptilians, yes. The reptilians was actually the first ones that was here. Before any of those other extraterrestrial races, it was the reptilians. This is facts. And we built all of these tunnel systems all through Tiamat. This is facts. And reptilians built the first clones. You got different factions of reptilians. They not all the same. You understand? You got some that's been cloned too. You got some that's on our side and you got some that's not. You got some that want to keep rule down here and you got some that want to set it back right. The ones that want to keep rule down here is melanated beings like me. Let me tell you, they not, what color, the first beings got to be something with melanin. This is facts. People don't know what they is. Reptilians created all of these clones, bro. Every extraterrestrial race are clones. They created these clone vehicles. Them Naga codes, that's the Naga. That's the dragon. That's all the same thing. Different cultures looked at it different ways. Apep, the great snake, all of this stuff, y'all, go back to the same thing. They want you to fear yourself, to make you think you the bad guy, to cut your mind off from yourself. They don't want you to realize that some of us is everything. We got the genetic codes for all the light races. I call them the light races because that's what they are. They bend light and refract light differently from us, which gives them a different hue and to the, you know, based off their phenotype. So that's a light race. You understand the way they bend light. So what's coming back? Those Alpha Draconians, them ancient ones that helped build us all this shit. The ones that gave some of you your reticular activation complex in the back of your brain so that you could use this clone vehicle and still link up with higher self and dream and stuff and get to the dream state and all of that type of stuff. Where you think that came from? That's why the lizards, the reptilians, the Alpha Draconians and stuff that's here, that's in control of these clones' minds right now, that they think is the same as them, that's not, know all of the genetics. And it's targeting what? Melanin beings with certain codes. This is facts. You got to be the most ancient to know about the most ancient. People not ready. People don't want to know the truth. They want to be pacified. You understand? They want to form an opinion and stay there. They don't want to be fluid. You understand? They want to put everything in a box, like everything is black and white and everything. No, everything ain't black and white. There's all kind of shades. Some people can see all the shades and some people can't see all the colors. You understand? There's levels to everything. And everything is really built off consciousness and choice. You got a choice right now. You could be whatever you want to be. Unopposed. It's energy, bro. You just got to figure out which way you want to harness it and what you want to do with it. Some beings chose that they didn't want to go to the cosmos, that they wanted to be down here in this damn 3D hell and rule these fucking clones forever. So they can't dream anymore. They don't have a dream state. They can't reach the 12 senses. Yeah, trauma can do it. But some people, it ain't even got nothing to do with trauma. Honestly, love my Italian. Some people, it's just genetics, bro. Some people have souls and some people don't. And this is just facts on facts. And all them people that you seen out there marching, 9 times out of 10 don't have a fucking soul the third. Somebody ain't gonna like what I just said, but I really don't give a fuck. It's not many beings here with souls, bro. Because if you had a soul, you already wasn't out there, bro. You wasn't out there fucking around. Just like if you had a soul, bro, you was in tune with the Great Mother and you ain't take no shot. You see where I'm going with this? Millions and millions of fucking clones is on this earth. So that's why reptilians and shit don't give a damn about sacrificing these beings and stuff. Using them for their blood and all kind of shit like that. We got to go back to the Aztec when they was creating all these goddamn clones. If you want to know, yes, clone technology, the 6th ether. Everybody talking about AI and all of this shit. The most advanced thing we ever created was the human being and these fucking light races that's all around us right now. That's a fucking look at them. They ain't on the cosmic system. They ain't got no soul. They on an algorithm and a program with 5 fucking senses. They only got 5 senses and no access to no other dimensions, bro. That's a clone. And the world is filled with them, bro. And who did that? All these aliens that's here. It ain't just reptilians. It's Anunnaki too, which y'all call Anunnaki. I don't call them motherfuckers that, though. All of them. And they here, and they got factions here, and they done been here, you understand, and they done been studying the genetics of the people who is the original beings of this planet, and this planet done been locked down. And for a long time, years and years, it wasn't clones. And then somebody got the bright idea to do it. Clones to do work. That was the purpose. Clones to serve you. That was the purpose. And then a pussy motherfucker wanted to lay down with a clone, and it was hell ever since. Because when they mixed bloodlines with them clones and created the red-headed stepchildren, then you had demigods. Then it was all fucked up. Because you had some beings with souls, and then you got clones. And the beings with souls got trapped in the clone. Just for some, you understand, some, what you call it? Like, reincarnations. That's what happened to all of us. Until now. But these light race of beings, these Caucasoid people, those clones is the degeneration of the original clones. They not even like the first white clones that you would call Pleiadians. That's real high vibrational. They is the clone off of that. Like, y'all, it's a lot going on. Like, cloning ain't just started. You ain't understand. It's been many races of clones before these people even got here. That's what you got to enter and understand. And we was all in harmony at one time. We had access to the cosmos. Everything was wide open. You enter and understand? All the territories was here. It wasn't no ice wall. The planet wasn't cold. And you didn't die the same way that you die now. You knew how to transfer your consciousness out of the body before death. So we done went backwards. You understand? As far as knowledge goes, we reversed. You understand? Tiamat reversed. Everything reversed and inversed when all of this shit happened. And now it's reversing back the other way. It had to, you understand? Counterclockwise. It's got to go back counterclockwise. Everything got to shift. So we shifting. The dimensional planes is shifting. Your body's, everything's shifting. This reality is shifting. Timelines is shifting because everything had to go back, flip back on the other axis the right way. And I mean, this always happens. Like, this cycles of Tiamat always happens, y'all. This is nothing new. It flipped back and forth. You understand? It have to be balanced. You understand? And it's the same thing that's going on now with some of these bloodlines, yo. If you a bloodline and you are extraterrestrial, bro, we literally fighting our family, bro. This is like a real family affair right now. Everybody ain't at the, you understand? This is a real family affair. Real siblings and shit is out. We out here fighting. But the thing about it is we the more powerful siblings. The ones of us that manifested back into these bodies, because we the primes, we the originals. I'm an Omega Dragon. The first. That means I existed as a consciousness. You understand? And the Kemites knew how to get to us as a consciousness, motherfucker. And we literally had to manifest back down in here to clone bodies to come down into hell for this shit right here. We had to flip our angle. Because you understand, Angelians can do that. When you in heaven, you could be an angle. But when you in hell, you got to turn into what you got to turn into. That's that demonology that they want you afraid of. Shit's too real. If you're afraid of yourself, you ain't never gonna be able to do shit. If you're afraid to tap into your darkness, you ain't never gonna be able to do shit, bro. Never. Because that's where all the primordial energy is, bro. It's not good or bad. This is the thing. You enter and overstand, it's just like chemicals or something. You enter and overstand, you know how like chemicals come with warning labels. You enter and overstand, like let's say you had a bottle of something that's corrosive or toxin, that's a poison. You know how I have the skull and crossbones on it or whatever. The warning. It's letting you know what's in that bottle can be lethal. But do that mean it's going to kill you? No, it just means that you got to know how to use it. Something is lethal to you if you don't know how to use it. Anything could kill you. Shit, sugar could kill you. Shit, drinking too much water could kill you. So it was the same thing with those primordial energies, yo, when we drew them glyphs and shit like that. We had to draw them in a way, on a frequency, so you would know this is the most powerful. Exactly. Ashe, CC 420. That's right. It's not good or bad. It just is. It's unopposed energy, bro, until somebody up, you understand, harness it and do something with it. Shit's too real. You understand? Think about what the cosmos do, because you is the cosmos, bro. What black holes up there do? You a black hole down here. What do black holes in the cosmos do? Absorb all, motherfucker. They be absorbing stars and every fucking thing to clean some shit out. A black hole, the baddest G on in the cosmos, bro. It's pure darkness, bro. It takes that shit in and reorganizes it. That's all it do. And that's what you is, a black hole. Up there and down here. You can absorb all. You can overcome all. But you can't overcome all if you cutting yourself off from your power and you don't know what you is. Or you take these people false constructs of what they telling you a reality is and you believe it. The lie is in the belief, right? So what we got going on now? A lot, tribe. Because everything about to collapse. So they doing the run on gold. We talked about the ancestors' gold, us being the golden race, that code, but also the financial system's about to collapse. Everything, it's got to shut down, y'all. It's time for something new. It's time for a new system. This cannot be reformed. You enter and understand, it's getting ready to be re-terraformed within us and within the earth. And that means something totally new. Because look at the way it is, y'all. Who can live like this? Who would want to live in something like this? Exactly. It needs a big reset. A reset. That's all, y'all. It's time to flip the board. It's time to do something new. This program is over. You enter and understand. We set them motherfuckers with a timer. That's the thing that they didn't know. We set them motherfuckers with a timer. The timer is their telomeres. If they wasn't giving us toxins, our telomeres would be fine. But their telomeres was going to disintegrate either way it went. Because they ain't got no caps. If you build a clone, you know how to build it, don't you? You know everything about it. We scientists, astrophysicists, all that shit. Whatever they want to put a title on it, we was all of that shit in one motherfucker. We was all the disciplines, not just one specific thing. See, the reason why they split up the knowledge and the disciplines was so you couldn't have all of the knowledge of all the disciplines to see the full picture. You enter and understand. The astrophysicists don't see what the doctor see, and the doctor don't see what the astrophysicists see. Because if the doctor and the astrophysicist study the same thing and put those disciplines together, you might really understand how to heal the body on the quantum level. See, that probably went over somebody's head. Because the real physical body is just a simulation of the astrals. The same energy. So if you study a star, you studying your power, how your cells power each other, how they communicate, all of that different type of stuff. Because you is a star. Up there and here. See what I'm saying? But they separate everything out. The division, and then you lock yourself off. And then you make a claim. And that's the worst thing you could do when you claim they titles down here and everything like that. You claim a title or whatever. The mind, psychosomatic. You are what you say you are, right? It's almost like for your mind, you understand, in order for the consciousness to be able to travel freely, it has to be unopposed. And when you put different titles and different things on yourself, and those things imprint into your memory, then it changes you and it changes the way those energetic paths flow. This is realer than real. And you cut off certain senses and stuff like that. Sometimes it's associated with trauma. Most times it's associated with trauma, but also it's behavioral patterns. Conditioning, your environment, what you're taught. Everybody always talk about the food that a motherfucker eat. But what's even more important than food is what you feed in your mind and conscious thought. What are you taking in? Because everything is psychosomatic, bro. The mind controls what you do. But hey, the mind is the soul. It's the house of the soul. The seat of the soul is the pineal, bro. The two hemispheres or whatever, you need them motherfuckers to be thumping. You need them bitches to light up, bro. On both sides. In more than one area. I'm talking about multiple areas. You enter and understand. Like, just imagine. So, I was talking about this yesterday, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, but I'm trying to think of how to help y'all to see it. So it's kind of like, if you are a multi-dimensional being, peace, sissy, peace. That's right. Titles are words and words are spells. That's the truth. Peace, sissy. But on some real stuff, you really got to think about this for a second. Because it's all got to do with neuromelanin and how you form thought, okay, which is thoughts. Thoughts is thought, okay? That's the same thing. How you form thoughts and how you recall them. The recall. That's the key. And see, with memory or experiences. The more hemispheres of your brain that you can use in those recalls, the more senses and perceptions and things that you're able to perceive in actual dimensional planes. So you got some people right now that can only light up maybe 5, can integrate maybe 5 centers from their brain. Only 5 centers. That's right. Like the movie Recall. Think about Total Recall. How they kept on flipping the timeline with the memory. I'm for real as hell. This is the truth. That's the whole thing behind like what they did with 9/11 and what they try to do with CERN and all of this type of stuff. They try to loop your memory, loop your recall. Just helping you out, you understand? Because every time CERN happened or whatever, they fuck with CERN, they try to loop our recall, but it stopped working when you notice that people that was supposed to be dead was now alive. Shit that happened, you understand, like Shazam and all of that stuff don't exist no more and all of this type of stuff. Your recall was different than the recall that they tried to do, bro. They've been trying to fuck with you. I'm just trying to help you to see it. But the reason why we had our recall higher than what they was doing with CERN was because we was in a higher sense, a higher dimension. Senses have to do with dimensions. If you can only do the basic 5 senses, you understand what I'm saying, then you 3D. You can't sense nothing but this reality. You understand? From a clone vehicle standpoint. You understand? Like, I'm just telling the truth. You understand? All they could do is touch, taste, barely do that shit. But like sight, smell, you understand? That's as far as they could go. But when we go to talking about the 6th sense, you understand what I'm saying? They might could get there. But beyond that, the actual hemispheres in their brain that need to light up, 7th sense, 7th dimension, 8th dimension, 8th sense, 9th dimension, 9th sense, 10th dimension, 10th sense. You understand? Those centers can't light up, bro, at the same time. When it does that for them, it causes them to cut off, bro. Flatline. Hell, we got 13 plus senses. I don't know how many I got, y'all. I'm for real as hell because each sense is linked to another dimensional plane, bro. We got 114 chakras, bro. Each of them motherfuckers is tied to something. It's tied to another dimensional plane. Shit's realer than real. Like, who's counting? Bro, when you get up there to a degree, I don't know what the fuck level I'm on. I don't know what the fuck they... Y'all, honestly and truthfully, I'm trying to use this to help people to see it. But also, for real shit, when you get up there, bro, who counting? Bro, I don't know what plane I'm on, nigga. It ain't like you up there with a fucking math book like, oh, I'm on the 6th dimension, I'm on the 10th, I'm on the 22nd. Like, who up there doing that shit? Nobody. But what I'm trying to say, though, to keep it this way, you understand, in order to link multiple hemispheres of your brain, gotta link up, gotta light up. And the only way that that can happen is if you don't close off those hemispheres yourself with your thoughts. And you got to develop those pathways and stuff. And you have all access to them pathways, true. You have all the access to all of those pathways as a child. And then through different experiences and different things, they go to cutting them off. And we talking about physical experiences and attacks, like vaccines and shit like that. Like clothes, like fucking Enfamil and all of that fucking shit. Let's go. But then you got the emotional side too. And I think the emotional damage and trauma is actually worse than anything that they can inject you with. Because honestly and truthfully, if you got the right codes, you can beat the physical attack, because we done beat that, y'all. I took the whole vaccine schedule, motherfucker. Shit, did it stop me? Some of y'all done took it too. Some of our kids took it too. It ain't stopped them. It done stopped some, but it ain't stopped some of us. You enter and overstay, I'm just telling the truth. But think about the emotional trauma, though. Yes, emotions will take you the fuck out. Agree, we already won, but it's the emotions. Because emotions fuck up the way your brain hemispheres even operate. You know, when you in a state of depression or everything like that, they already done showed you that your brain fire different, yo. What's depression? It's emotion causing certain hormones in your brain, you understand what I'm saying, to take off and to do certain shit. And when those hormones, Horus, get in motion, you enter and overstand, they cause shit. And then certain connections can't fire. Certain stuff can't take place. Certain balance is not there. And then you can't form the pathways that you need in order to be able to reach the dimensional planes necessary to have the conscious thought to be able to ascend. And eventually what happened? You deplete your body, your soul get tired, and you deplete your body, and then what happened? You're gonna have to reincarnate. And what's gonna happen? You done forgot how to transfer your consciousness, so you're gonna have to all the way die, and then you'll get transferred into another clone vehicle. Because you can't ascend in consciousness, but it's far to the dimensional plane that you could get to consciously. So if you only here, then you ain't gonna be able to ascend there because your conscious is on a level. And your conscious creates your reality. You enter and overstand. You can't create what you don't know. Look, I'm trying to tell you what. I'm off this bitch this time. Yes, cortisol levels do skyrocket during stress, y'all. And cortisol is a killer. Stress hormone release sugar in your body, my nigga. God. Sugar is a toxin to non-ethers. We just need to enter and understand that. They type of sugar, that shit fucks us up, bruh. It's a false crystal. If you gon' use sugar, use raw, agave, you know, brown cane sugar, you know, the real shit. Don't be fucking with that bleached, all of that shit, them hard crystals, bro. That shit affects your brain. It goes in your brain and on a molecular level, yo, it's a crystal. You understand? And it fuck with your magnetite crystal. Damn right, it can be. It'll fuck you up. Man, sugar is the worst toxin that they ever made, bro. All of them carbon-based, fake carbon-based shits that they got. High fructose and all of that, corn syrup and all that shit, bro, fuck you up. Your brain ain't never gonna be able to get there. You always gonna be in a fog. You'll never be able to see it, bro. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these people too. You damn near can't tell who got a soul and who don't, because they done dimmed themselves so much with all of these damn animal fats and everything. If a soul was in there, you couldn't even feel it. Shit, they can't even feel their own soul at this point. So you right, they just the walking dead, bruh. And I mean that too. because death is life, but they don't even they don't realize what's going on. Like, ain't nothing in the cockpit, so ain't nothing you could do for them. You understand? Like, it's psychosomatic. Eating is an addiction. Sugar is an addiction. You understand? And you got to look up the word addiction. You understand? It adds shit to you that you don't need to your addiction. Man, look that shit up. Man, study the etymology of some of these words, man. It'll take you a long way. English is one of the dirtiest language we ever created. Man, you can't transmute the sugar, man. But do you know how much calories it takes and joules of your solar energy it takes you to convert that sugar? Because, bro, at the end of the day, when it go into our body, we are not glycolysis beings. We use it, but honestly and truly, we supposed to be eating the sun and getting that solar radiation, y'all. So glycolysis is a toxin to us. When we go to having to break down those sugars and that shit going to our fucking liver, and we have to do gluconeogenesis and all of that fucking shit, that's a clone metabolism, bro. You better know what you is, bruh. And if you don't know, maybe it ain't for you to know. You enter and overstand, like, at the end of the day, y'all, you know, it's just a great separation that's occurring. And I think that as cosmic beings, we have to realize that. And some of us is getting ready to stake our claim and keep on pushing and keep on moving through all of this. And some people is literally getting left behind in real time right now. Like, it's two realities going on. This is what I want y'all to understand. This shit done splickety and done split it. You got some people, that's true, you are what you consume. Y'all, you got some people right now, they caught in this illusion, they caught in this reality, they fighting back and forth, they doing all of this stuff. And then you got some of us that's having these wonderful experiences, that's ascending, that's communicating with the star family, that's getting back in tune with our higher self, and that's really, you understand, just ready for all of this to take place so we can move on with the program, bro. So right now, as a spiritual being, I'm just telling you, you done made your decision, and it's already you, and we done already won. So what we need to do, be easy, y'all. Be still and let the shit happen. That's all we got to do. Get out the chaotic motherfuckers' way. We even wrote that shit in the temples in Kemet, motherfucker. When Haram Akhet closed her eyes, I think she closed her eyes in 2022. Everybody couldn't see that her eyes was closed. It was only the sons of the Pharaoh. That's what it said. It said the sons of the Pharaoh will see Haram Akhet's eyes closed. And that's when the Pharaoh supposed to go to the hills. You know what that mean, motherfucker? That mean retreat, bitch. Fall back. Go to your hill and look down on the goddamn human beings. Disintegrate to nothing. That's what that meant, bro. Everybody couldn't see Haram Akhet close her eyes. Why? Because they don't have the senses to see it. This is what we meant. This is what we knew. When the earth shifted to a certain dimensional plane, the sons of the Pharaoh was going to have enough consciousness to be able to look at Haram Akhet and say, hey, her eyes closed. And the moment that happened, that's when we had enough consciousness to do what? Phone fucking home. And it was over. All at the same time, nigga. That shit was over all at the same time. That shit done been over since we saw Haram Akhet close her eyes, bro. They just catching up to it. Remember, we on a 369 algorithm, motherfucker. 2022. This is 2025. Ain't gonna be no 2026. for a lot of people. I'm not bullshitting. It's not been 20. A lot of beings that was here in January is not here right now. Millions of people gone, y'all. Have y'all, we done looked. If you don't, you could just go look at my page, bro. Anybody who see this who want to test me, go look at my page and look at all them people that's drowning, flooding, quaking, shaking, under rubble, all of that shit. And that's not even including the people that they took out with the hot shot that's dying worldwide. A change is coming. You just got to decide what part of the change you want to be on. You feel me, tribe? Damn right, delete out the simulation. You can't be a part of the system. You got to become your own system. This is what I'm saying. Ashe. And you know, that's how I'm going to leave it off. You understand? You know, George Soros and them, Elon, Noel, you understand? All of these mock robots, lizards, reptiles, Anunnaki, Pleiadians as y'all call them. I don't call them that, but I gotta speak the way y'all speak. Like, bruh, they got y'all fucked up with a lot of terms and stuff, bruh. Got y'all calling a lot of shit when it really ain't and all, man. Some people, and then some people know what it is. That's what I should say. Most of the people on this chat know what it is. You understand? But I'm talking about the general public. Like, they really done fucked up these people's real mind. You understand? But, Elon can't get to Mars. He can't get nowhere. They can't get out of here, y'all. I promise you. Mars, you got to go to another dimensional plane with your consciousness to get to Mars, bro. All of that stuff, y'all, I promise you. Don't believe these people. All of them renditions of shit they got, them 3D renditions of the sun and all of this shit and Mars and all of these fucking planets, that shit do not exist. It exists within you. And then your perception and reality is what creates that. That's why they gave you a 3D model, bro. Mars is in us. All of them planets is within us, within our conscious mind. You got to get there with your conscious mind and build that construct, baby. They can't go in no ship and no satellite. None of that shit, bro. All of them shits that they talking about, bro, that shit is black budget research. And they got fucking balloons and shit that's in lower Earth orbit. A bitch, no, they can't break the firmament. And a bitch, there's two firmaments too, by the way. There's a firmament up there and it's a firmament in the ocean. Did you know that? That you could go to a depth of the ocean and you could hit a wall and they can't go past that too? So really, we got a flat Earth. Well, not flat. It's a spheroidal pipe, okay? And then you got magnetism this way and magnetism up under it. In the waters below, it's a magnetic line there that they can't cross. They hit it, boom. I'm telling you, I'm straight up. You could go look this up. And then up in the sky, you could see Elon bouncing off that bitch, bro, and streaking through the water, bro. And you'll see the water streak, and then you see that shit fall back to the earth, bro. Please. Never. They stuck here, bro. These motherfuckers is clones. They got to die here. They got to get exterminated here. To the last of the last. This is what I'm saying. As above, so below. Straight facts, y'all. They can't get out of here, bro. They got to get exterminated here. These things don't exist. These clones don't exist nowhere in reality other than here, bro. And they got to fucking go. So ain't nothing finna let they ass out. Because they got to die here. The clone. Ain't no reality for a clone nowhere else. The only reality they got is this one right here that we created in this dimensional plane with they 5 senses for their clone ass body to use. Serious than a bitch. Ain't nowhere for them to go. That's why they hang on to this so much and want people, you understand, to work, you understand, and doing all of these med beds and shit to extend their life, extend, and all of this shit because they know they only got one. Now the ones that's actually, you understand, transferring consciousness and shit like that, that's different. They just transferring from clone vehicle to clone vehicle, but they know how to do that too. But even that's over now. That's over now too. They ain't got no more Ron Carter, nothing, y'all. This is the end. Like, you know how Michael Jackson made that concert, this the end? Like, bruh, this the end. We getting ready to roll all credits. All right. Ain't gonna be no 2026 for a lot of these clones. Melanated beings, this shit ain't got nothing to do with you. If you a melanated being with a soul, because it's even melanated clones. Let them melanated clones get out here and do what they gonna do to themselves too. But I'm telling you, if you a solar being, you got a soul, star family here, we on some other shit. Whatever they get ready to do to themselves, let them do it. But something getting ready to shake loose soon for us, you understand, as a whole and as a collective. And it's getting ready to be major changes on the way. That's all I could say. I can't go too much further. Yeah, we done took back all the dragon lines. I agree. Let me see what y'all talking about before I come up off here. He said I'm on a fake reptile dick. You was funny. Hey, Lenny, y'all. Oh my goodness, you guys. Y'all are too funny. I'm looking at y'all comments. Y'all crazy to death. But you guys, I'm getting ready to come up off of here. All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna end this by saying, y'all, you understand, I thank y'all for coming on tonight. I want y'all to keep on spiritually ascending. Don't take your foot off of their neck. I done seen some beautiful videos of the sirens. I saw a siren today. She was singing to the wells. I put her on the thing. Beautiful voice, very enchanting. You understand? So y'all, you understand, I done seen a brother post his pictures of his telekinesis and everything, his telekinesis journey. You understand? I done been posting Star Family. I done been seeing so many of them pictures, like so many people is doing miraculous things, you understand, with their gifts, with your gifts. Keep doing it, y'all. Just keep rising. That's all you gotta do. I appreciate you too, Empress. I appreciate all of y'all. And it's always much gratitude, much love. And I'm gonna see y'all again on the up and up. And hopefully, you understand, they'll let me go live on YouTube and some of my other platforms as well. All right? So peace, power, and protection. Y'all have a good night. Gratitude, okay? Yes, it's time to go rock the rock. You know what, girl? Listen, I heard you when you did that roar. Let me get off of here.